Hey, this is Dan with Puts Ponds and Gardens. I want to thank you for tuning in today. And what we're going to talk about today is a lot of questions that we get once a pond or a waterfall is actually installed. So one of the biggest questions we get almost all the time is, okay, now that this is in, it looks beautiful, but what do we plant around it? How do we plant it? Can things go in the water? What about around it? You know, what happens to it? So that's some of the things that we're going to discuss today. We're going to show you what can be planted behind it, next to it, in it, out of it. We're going to give you a lot of information right now in this vlog. So make sure you tune all the way to the end, because what we have is a lot of pictures with the names of those plants, and maybe you can get some ideas to help you start your planting of a pond. Without further ado, here we go.
Oh my God, plants, plants, plants. They're all over the place. You see them everywhere. There's textures, there's colors, there's sizes. How am I supposed to know what plant looks good and where to plant it? And how to plant it? Oh my God, there's just too many things to know. Plants can make or break any landscape, and that falls true for any water garden as well. The plants that are placed in and around a water garden determine whether or not it looks like it belongs or not. Maybe it just doesn't fit. Making a water garden look natural is the ultimate goal, isn't it? The aquatic plants are key to this effort. In this video, the plants are just in pots sitting on a shelf. Not very natural at all. Beside the fact that these are all the exact same type of plant, leaves no imagination at all. Don't get me started on this picture. Even well-designed and installed water features look really boring without any plants. Just think about what a plant would actually do to a water feature. The simplest plant, like water lettuce, added to this stream, adds a little bit of green. It softens the hard textures of the rocks, helping this waterfall fit into its natural surroundings. As a designer of plants around ponds and water features, we not only have to think about the summer months, but we have to think about the winter as well. The absence of plants, in this particular case evergreens, there's no winter interest at all. Here we have a beautiful stream. It's got a beautiful backdrop, beautiful setting, but no plants. We need cascading plants that are inside the waterfall, helping showing off its beauty. Even this single elephant ear just helps to add a little bit of texture. So I think by now we can all agree that ponds without plants, they just don't look as good. So let's get into some of the plants. Let's show you what ponds and water features can look like when we do add plants to them. So here we have the same backyard. We've got a good mix of evergreen, deciduous, perennial, and some annuals. In time, as this fills in, it's going to look awesome. Landscaping the inside of a new water garden isn't much different than landscaping your own backyard. In fact, the only difference is the type of plants. Similar factors must be considered with the same design principles applied. The addition of aquatic plants in the pond make it blend into the landscape, looking as though it occurred in the space naturally, rather than man-made. In nature, marginal plants are typically found along the perimeter of ponds, lakes, and wetlands, and streams. In a man-made pondscape, These plants soften the hardscapes of the rocks and provide a smooth transition from the water in the pond to the terrestrial plantings that surround the pond. When designing, it's not always about the destination, but the journey getting there. And what will you see when you get there? Statues, spitters, maybe drinking an adult beverage. Make sure you have fun. Play with different colors, textures. Use mosses. Try different structures in your pond. Don't forget, this is your backyard. There's no right, there's no wrong. Do what makes you happy. Have fun with different plants, structures. You might even want to go over the top. And just look at what we've got coming out for 2019. Look at these awesome slate stacked spheres, different sizes. Now's the time to start planning. Get out your coffee and get that pencil and paper ready, because 2019 is here. It's time to start getting some of those ideas ready for the springtime. Now, I've put some links in the description down below to a lot of different aquatic plants that you can use in, around, and next to your water garden. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment with any questions that you may have. Thank you.